Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch and YouTube. How are we today? Let's just get the maintenance out of the way here. Today is going to be the first day of a new content style that we're going to be doing, which is the weekly weapon. I don't know if I'm going to play the weekly weapon both streams every day, or if I'm just going to do it in the morning stream and then switch to something more normal in the evenings. Maybe focus more on earning currency in the evenings because there aren't as many people online. And then during the daytime streams, I can just go ham and get killed and not have to worry. I'm not 100% sure yet. We're going to see how today goes before we start making decisions like that. But we got the channel maintenance out of the way here. One of the things I do want to do real quick, though, is I want to go in here. I want to create a new tab. It's going to be very expensive at 1.3 milli, but that's all right. We're going to do it anyway, and it's going to be builds. We're going to create that tab for 1.3 mil. And we're going to go down here into our builds tab, and we're just going to take and put all of this stuff. Actually, some of this stuff we're probably going to use still. Yeah, we're just going to put all this stuff in there. I dig that. So today, what we are doing is we are going with the broadsword. So in order to do that, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we can actually equip a tier 4 broadsword, which I believe we can. No, we cannot. We have to equip a tier 3 broadsword, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go to melee. We're going to go to swords. We're going to go to tier 3. We're going to buy a tier 3 broadsword. We're going to rock that. Now, the next thing we want to do is we actually want to go to some other types of gear that we don't have the ability to use yet. So I've got all of my plate where I can do it, but I don't have my leather or my leather boots or my leather hood. And I also don't have cloth hood or cloth chest. So I think I'm going to get a cloth hood and a cloth chest and a leather boot. So cloth armor, tier 3, buy that bad boy. Cloth helmet, tier 3, buy that bad boy. And then leather shoes, buy that bad boy. Okay, and the reason we're buying those is just so we can very quickly use some stuff and get those tiered up. Now last night it looks like, ooh, I made 400k there. Made another 500k there. 36k, 121k, 20k, 182k. So made a bunch of currency yesterday. While I was sleeping, a little over a mil, which is great. Let's see, and this is everything I need here. So we're going to pull out every single one of our fame tomes. And then, let's see, how much fame, let's sort these. How much fame does a tier 2 give me? It gives me 2,000 fame, so we're going to use one. Then we're going to use one of these. 1, 2, 3. And we hit our learning point. So we're going to learn Sword Fighter. Then we're going to come up here. And we should be able to... Ooh, we can't quite learn that one. Okay. Let's do one more of these. Alright, now we should be able to learn the robe. We should be able to learn the helmet. And we should be able to learn the cloth boot. Fantastic. We're going to take all of these off. And then we are going to go... Oops. Well, I guess let's put all this stuff back, because apparently it's extremely heavy. Let's go get some tier 4 of the stuff that I want here. We're just going to sell these things that I just bought just straight up. Because I'm not worried about losing a little bit of currency from them. I'm not going to lose a whole ton. So it's not a big deal. And now we're going to go into tier 4. Now again, we want to use something that I don't already have leveled, because we're about to burn all of our fame tomes. And since we're about to burn all of our fame tomes, I want to be leveling up some things I don't have. One of the things I want to level up that I don't have is a cloth hood. Which hood I want to level up actually is probably the Scholar's Cowl. No. Air Cowl. No. Mage Cowl. Is it the Scholar's Cowl? An energy shield. Magic resist. Whenever you take damage, you'll restore 30 energy. That's an interesting one. Breathe fire in combat in front of you, dealing 200 damage over 3 seconds to all enemies hit. That's actually pretty good. Fiend Cowl. Purge all buffs from the targeted enemy. And this one is pretty popular. Emit a beam of Avalonian energy along an 18-meter line, dealing magic damage. Interrupts enemy spellcasting. Shocks all enemies hit. Dealing damage over time. Actually, let's do the Cowl of Purity. We'll get the Cowl of Purity. We'll get maybe the Assassin's Jacket. Do I have... this one is only level 23. I guess I could do the Hunter's Jacket. Yes, we'll do the Hunter's Jacket, the Cowl of Purity, and... some random boot. Looks like our Guardian boots are pretty low tier. Yeah, so let's hit the Guardian boots. So it's Hunter's Jacket, Cowl of Purity. I don't think I have a Cowl of Purity, but I might. Let's go check armors. Okay, well I don't have one that I can wear. What I do have is the Royal Cowl. Around you, reducing your energy cost to 0 for 15 seconds. I don't really care about that one. But what I can do is I could actually go ahead and just use the Scholar's Cowl. Just tier that up. Since I already have one, I think that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to use the Hunter's Jacket, which I don't have any on this page, which is fine. And the Guardian Boots, which it doesn't look like I have any Guardian Boots here either. Let's go to Armors page 2. Here we go, we've got our Hunter's Jacket. Still don't have any Guardian Boots though. We also have some different cowls here. The Cultist Cowl. Reveal the inner corruption. Targeted player, deal damage. Or do I want to use... I actually think I want to use this instead to level up. And what kind of boots? Since I already have some of these cloth boots, I don't think I have the Royal Sandals tiered up yet, do I? We can go ahead and do the Royal Sandals, I think. Let's see. Royal Sandals. Alright, no, I don't have any Royal Sandal levels. Okay. Oh, and then I forgot to buy an actual broadsword. But we're going to go ahead and rock a tier 4.1 broadsword here, because I am going to actually use the weapon. So, sword. Tier 4. Buy. Oh, crap. Melee. Sword. broadsword with enchantment tier 1. Oh wow, Clarent Blade is cheaper than the regular broadsword. That's crazy. We'll equip that. And then actually, we need to go ahead and equip an offhand, because I forgot that the sword can have an offhand. Let's go down to weapons. We're probably just going to rock a torch here, because my torch isn't leveled up all the way, I don't believe. Let's see, let's go to torch offhands. Yeah, we're only in level 2 on our torch, so we'll actually probably max out the torch here, which will be great. Yeah, and then let's go ahead and take all of this stuff out, and let's have a good time just burning through all of our tomes here. Ooh, you know what? I need to go into all of this. Let's see, what cowl are we using? We're doing this one. We don't want to track it. For our chest armor, we're using something else, but we are using sandals. We're using the royal sandals. We don't want to track that. There really needs to be a button to just not track anything, so that I can go through and only track the things that I'm interested in tracking. That would be really great. Let's see, where's my torch at? There it is. We don't want to track that. We're turning off all the tracking on all this stuff, because if I don't, then it'll just do this for like an hour. Because I'm about to go through a whole hell of a lot of levels here. And we don't track that. And that should be everything, right? I believe so. Okay. So now we can go through and we can use all this stuff without concern. Hopefully. Hopefully turning on that tracking will do this. And then we're actually going to use a shield. I think probably the Facebreaker shield. Use all here. And so this is just how we're going to do this every week from now on. Is we're going to start out the week starting on a Sunday. I'm going to do it on a Sunday so more people have an opportunity to see day 1. Because, you know, they'll be off work and stuff like that. But on a Sunday, we'll get started with a new weapon. We're going to do the regular broadsword today. And so this gives us, I mean, literally, at one weapon a week, it could take us years to get through every weapon. So this will give us plenty of content to do. And plenty of practice. The reason I think it's important is because you don't really know what someone is doing until you've played the weapon they're using, right? You're not going to be able to predict what another person is going to do if you don't go through and play with their weapon and understand, you know, what the combos are. Is it a burst damage? Is it a sustain damage? When do you do your burst? What's your first skill? What are you trying to set up? Stuff like that helps you a lot in PvP. And so I want to play each of the weapons for a few days just to get a general feel for them. You know, I'm not going to get great with them, but it will give me a general feel. And hopefully that will just over time improve my ability to PvP. Now we are going to do this. I don't want to go through an entire weapon line, right? I want to use kind of like the base weapon. Hey, what's up, Quizza? I want to use kind of the base weapon of the set that I'm going to do. So I'm going to do broadsword, and then I'll, you know, do the regular axe, and then I'll do like the regular fists, because the first set of skills is going to be all pretty standard, and then it's only this skill that's really changing. So, you know, that'll give me a feel for a pretty vast majority of what a weapons line is all about. And then, you know, maybe I won't know what these skills are, but that I can learn kind of on the fly. But yeah, so we're going to go through, we're going to use up all of these things here. It looks like untracking these did not stop them from continuing to register here. But we're already up to level 36 here, which is awesome. And we're up to level 37. Oh, this is great. We're really tearing up this weapon here. And this is something we're just, like I said, going to do at the start of every week. We're going to use up those. We're going to use up our... There are already mods to improve the performance of Stalker. Game's been running much better. Oh, nice. Good deal. Glad to hear it. Now you can be a total degenerate and just play all day long. That's what we're talking about here. Let's use all these. Torch is going to get totally finished here. We might have to grab a different offhand. And start leveling something different up. Who knows? We got a whole... yeah, we're definitely going to have to... We've got 10 million fame credits too. We're about to get to level up a whole ton of stuff. This is going to be a really fun weekly thing to get to do. I like it. I think we're just going to grab like a leering cane or something. I don't know. We'll look in our inventory and see what we have. Been playing since 1 p.m. today. Haven't stopped. Hey, there you go. Can't stop, won't stop. Gotta play all day, all day. Hey, nice. We're gonna hit 100 mastery here. I hope, anyway. Well, actually, we probably won't quite get to 100 mastery. What do we get? Looks like 85 is the last spell. That's good. But we're already there. We've got all the spells. Let's go back up to our torch. There we go. Level 86 on the torch. Maybe we're not going to quite make it to 100. That's too bad. We got sword fighter working almost up. We have broadsword specialist at 62. That's good stuff. Right, we're finished with those. Let's go ahead and use up these. And then we'll use up these. And then last one here for 200,000 fame, bammo. Alright. So it looks like we didn't actually top off on anything here. Just made it to 92 on the torch, which is pretty good. What we are going to go down and do, though, is we want to try and max out our weapon as much as possible. So we're going to go down here to specialist on the broadsword. We've got 11 million fame credits. It looks like... Ooh, can we do it? We can. We can take that all the way to 100, just in one go. So let's hit that. Ammo. 100 on the broadsword. That's fantastic. Let's put some of this stuff away again. Go down to weapons. Put away this torch. Go to armors. Put away some of these, because we're not going to use those. Sort that all out. Now let's take a look at what we actually want to wear. So we're going to wear kind of what we've been wearing with the with the spear. Because I think my build that I've been wearing with the spear is pretty decent from a like a basic standpoint. And I think it should be pretty good. We're also going to use the cleave. And then either we want to use the splitting slash or I think this. Let's use the root. And then every 4 auto attacks inflict bleed on the target, dealing 52 physical damage over 1.5 seconds. I think I like the idea of a bleed. So we're going to do that, I think. Unless every auto attack decreases the damage targeted enemy deals by 2% for 2 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. Or every 4 auto attacks apply a heroic charge, that could be really good. I mean, obviously we'll get heroic charges from the cleave, but it might be fun to get some more. Every 5 auto attacks increase your damage resistance by 68 for 2 seconds. That could also be a good one. The sword's got some really good passives here. But yeah, we're going to go, I think, with what we have there. We're going to go down to our weapons. No, it looks like they're in our regular bank. Yeah, we've got a 4.1 face breaker. We're going to want to take that. And then I don't know how the energy consumption on the sword is. So we're going to take our Avocape to start. And we will see how things go with that. And then we're going to go ahead here. We're going to go to poison. We're going to go to tier 6. We're going to go to all. Cool. Wow. What happened to all the tier 6 poisons? What the hell? Okay, I guess we're buying tier 8 poisons then. Yes, we're buying tier 8 poisons then. Go to roast. Tier 7 roast. Buy 2 more of these. Alright. So I accidentally bought the enchanted version of some of the food, so we're going to go ahead and use those. Just sort of first thing here. Yeah. And so I think we're just going to go out and get after it. I don't know exactly what the skills do. I've played against some of them before, so I guess I kind of have an idea. Let's actually... Oh no. Zone, we're in the tier 7 zone. We're not going to fight here. We're going to go across into this tier 5 zone, I think. And that's where we will do some fighting. Unfortunately, I can't do this tier 7 zone that it started me in. Ooh, big boy. because I'm in all 4.1 gear. The set's actually pretty cheap. Ooh, the set's actually kind of expensive. Oh, it's expensive because of the poisons and stuff. If I take these off, yeah, the set's pretty cheap. Honestly, my mount is almost half of my entire set cost here, but that's okay. Mounts are important. Having a good mount and being able to escape a little bit is very, very important. It's maybe a good idea that I should just jump on a horse, because if I jumped on a horse, I'd only lose about 100 and something K. Like 150K or something like that. If I used a horse instead of this saber-tooth. But I think I'll die less using the saber-tooth. And because you have to do so much traveling nowadays, because you're running around all the different points of interest, it's just nice to have a slightly better mount. So we're going to go all the way around out here, seeing what we can see. And when we come back, this will be the last one we go to before we exit back into our zone to teleport. It looks like not tracking those didn't actually do anything for keeping me from getting all of these notifications. Ooh, nice. Common treasure chest, straight out of the gate. That's very exciting. With 20K in it, please and thank you. That's 10% of what I need to pay this set off. Just right there. Now the other thing that I want to do, so last night I purchased a 4.4 spear, and I think that's probably something that I want to do with all of these. Ooh, nice. Yeah, probably something I want to do with all of these. Oops. I don't know how it works. We are so gonna lose this fight. Ooh, nice. Nice whack there, buddy. Okay, yeah, totally forgot that I was using a totally different weapon. I tried to spear them. It did not work. This is funny. Okay, well, that's what happens when you don't know what you're doing. That's totally fine. We're gonna go to our current build. We're gonna search. Buy and equip. Alright. Thankfully, it's not terribly difficult to pay off these sets. I'm also going to go ahead and not buy my gathering tools, because that's not really what we're after here today. And that pretty much doubles the expense, because I have the tier 8 and the tier 6 tool. So we're just going to go ahead and rock and roll without the tools, at least for now, because I don't think they're really going to add anything to our experience here. So we have 6 to 15 people in this zone right now, which is to be expected. It's a Sunday. That's kind of the other reason that Sundays are going to be nice, is we're going to be getting into a lot of PvP the first day. Burning through some currency, obviously, because I'm going to lose a lot of these fights. But also learning the fights pretty well. So, yeah. Let's see what we can do. We need to find some PVE enemies to fight. Doesn't look like there's any potential points of interest down here. So we're just going to run over to this one over here, because it looks like this one and this one are pretty much it for this zone. Primarily, this zone looks like it's got group event spots. So also, this is the only tier 5 that we're attached to. Yeah, enjoy your dinner, Quizza. Enjoy your dinner. So this is the only tier 5 that we're attached to, so we just want to do this zone. We're not going to worry about going into a tier 6 zone, even though I probably could beat the tier 6 enemies. Ooh, there's somebody here. Nice. They are very strong. Holy shnikes. But it looks like maybe they're going to bail. I don't know, we're going to go to this other spot and go check this other one. Oh, and apparently we're going to get attacked. By a 1600. Oh cool. I'm going to get attacked by 2 people. That's fun. A 1600 and a 1500. You must be fucking joking. Okay, well, we're going to Bryselion. We are going to Bryselion. We're gonna go in the solo mists. Because I'm not gonna fucking deal with that. It's not gonna happen. And everything's cheaper here by a pretty significant amount, so that's nice. Alright, let's get out there. Now that we're going out into this area, honestly, I probably should just go ahead and go to a tier 3. Or a tier 4 horse. And stop worrying about the saber-tooths. But whatever. I like my saber-tooth. It makes me happy. And that's really what we're all about. Enjoying our time. Okay, let's just attack, like, any enemy real quick. Okay. Just to get a general idea of how this works. So I increase speed. Increase movement speed. How far does this go? Every time I get one of these heroic charges, my movement speed increases by a pretty significant amount. Okay, and that's a pretty decent range. I have basically never used the sword, so I am very much out of my comfort zone, except for using it super early on when you run through the tutorial at the very beginning. I've pretty much not been using the sword at all. We've got a spider over here. Feel like yeah, this extra speed is actually going to make this spider way easier. I can, oops, actually hit it. Alright, let's get out of this area a little bit here. Ooh, that was close. That was real close. I never ate my food. Things probably would have gone quite a bit better if I had. And I wasn't dodging the jumps like I should have been able to. So I need to get a little bit better at the timing of my attacks. Get a little more movement in there, because if I could dodge those jumps, which I definitely can with the sword and the increased movement speed, then the spiders should be pretty easy to kill. So, awesome for that. Oh, wow. I feel like this does like an incredible amount of damage. This broadsword is really good for PVE, and I honestly didn't expect that. I feel like I'm hitting like a truck, and being able to move so much faster and get in and out of the zones where I'm being attacked. That feels really nice. Ooh, I like this a lot. Like this a lot. Ooh, there's a big boy boss over there. Ooh, and we've got a rare chest here. Nice. I kind of want to kill this. 62k in here. Good deal. Man, I'm really enjoying this broadsword. Really enjoying this broadsword. It does feel kind of how I imagine to play once you kind of get things moving with it. It's always felt fairly oppressive to me when I played against it, where enemies just seem to get to just keep attacking you and attacking you and attacking you and running you down because of those heroic charges and the bonus speed they give. You just kind of can't get away. And the damage output of the sword is very consistent, it seems like. Curse staff and a taproot. I don't understand what you're trying to say. I can't read whatever language that is, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I have no idea what you're saying to me. All I know is if you come over here, I'm gonna fight you. Nice. Yeah. What's up? Oh my gosh, a 1700. Yeah, okay. Okay. Sure thing, buddy boy. Sure thing. I kinda want to steal their 5.4 bloodletter though. We've got a little circle boss here. I actually kinda want to fight this thing. It's pretty nice. That's actually really convenient. Gosh, this extra movement speed is great too. Because with the spear, I'm always just not quite getting things right. Its attack speed is nice. The bleed is nice. You've got a nice consistent amount of damage going on. The sword itself is just really, really good. Heck yeah. This is very much my playstyle right here. I should have been playing swords forever. The attack happens really fast, so I'm not stuck in a spot for a really long time. I'm loving the thick sword. I like my swords like I like my partners. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely my playstyle here. Oops. Hey, and there's a blue cache. Nice. Booyah. Okay. Honestly, things are going pretty well in here right now. Fighting PVE with this sword is silly good. I do need to check. So let's take a look at the damage output on this finisher move, this mighty blow. Leap towards the targeted enemy, interrupting their spellcasting, deals physical damage based on the amount of heroic charges consumes all your heroic charges, so you could get up to 852 damage on this with maxed out heroic charges. So that's a pretty insane... I mean, that's a third of my current hit points. So, I mean, you could really put the whammy on somebody there. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that is a good thing to use after the stun, or after the root. When you're doing PvP, just to help you catch up to somebody a little. But yeah, let's see. I think the swords might be my new thing. I didn't think that weapons were gonna feel quite so different because, you know, I've played the Bloodletter, and it does feel a little different, but I thought the sword was gonna feel very much like the Bloodletter. Sort of like the Bloodletter and the Spear mixed, and I guess it kinda does. You know, an increased attack speed, but a greater reliance on ability damage. So I guess it is a little bit like a spear and a bloodletter combined, or a spear and a dagger combined. But it's interesting how different it feels to play versus playing those other weapons. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. What I'm really looking for, though, is I really want to go into an abbey or something. Maybe get some fights in. Something I'll have to remember is that I am completely... we're just gonna go in a random wisp. I don't need an enchanted wisp. I can't even really do anything in an enchanted wisp in 4.1 gear. So we'll just go into a regular one. Ooh, and it takes us right next to an abbey. See? Perfect. Perfect. Let's get in there. I need to remember that I need to have my heroic charges up when people are chasing me. And then I need to try and keep my heroic charges up while people chase me. That's not where I want to go. Okay, let's go over to this double reward spot right over here. Is it this right here? It is this right here. And let's just see how things go. Bloodletter dagger sounds like a spooky letter opener. It is very much more than a spooky letter opener. It's a spooky gut opener. Nice. Yeah, this feels really good. The mobility when you have heroic charges feels fantastic. And probably one of the things that I'm not going to like about the broadsword is that this leap attack takes up my heroic charges. And I'm definitely not going to want that. So there are some spears that don't use up my spear charges when they use their E ability. And so I'll probably want to try and find a sword eventually that doesn't use up my charges when I use the E ability, even if it's a weaker E ability. Being able to maintain my charges is going to be pretty valuable, especially because it increases my attack speed, which allows me to apply a bleed every 4 attacks. So every time I use my my little swipe there, that allows me to attack 3 times or 4 times in between it. So, I'm getting a bleed off every one of those swipes, which is so good. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's perfect. It's feeling real good. I don't know if I like the roast, right? It's kind of nice to have a little sustain with the 9% lifesteal, but I feel like the damage output from the beef stew is probably a better option. But I'm not 100% sure. We are going to need to wait for a little health to come back, though. It is probably better to use the extra damage from the beef stew, though. The other thing is that for PvP, I've got this heroic cleave, but there is another ability that is just a single strike, and you also dash towards the enemy. So this is doing 191, but on a single target, this does an extra 50 damage and still applies that same heroic charge. So in 1v1 PvP, the cleave just isn't the best option. But for PvPvE, it just probably is, because you need to be able to do AoE DPS. I mean, I've got 3 enemies right here. I need to be able to attack them all. So, yeah, I really don't know. We'll have to work on that a little bit. Maybe I'll make 2 loadouts so that I have different skills on each loadout for this set. And then I can go ahead and swap if I feel like I'm going to get into a PvP engagement. I'm not really comfortable with making that happen. Okay, we got 1 minute 36 seconds here for this chest. We definitely want to come back and get that. But first, we're going to go ahead and run over here to this dual reward spot. I should be able to clear this out and get these rewards. Oops. That was fun. Ooh, close. Probably shouldn't be running around mostly dead. Seems like a terrible idea. Alright. Back down into the bottom here. Getting more stuff, killing more things. There's normally enemies right here, so somebody killed those enemies. But didn't kill everything else. But maybe they got chased away by another player or something. Not really sure. And I haven't gotten a single chest out of one of these yet in this run either. How obnoxious. Oh, and then somebody cleared a bunch of this stuff too. I'm very confused. What's going on here? Is what, because I don't usually use the broadsword? No, things are weird because there's like enemies that are normally around to kill in certain areas. It doesn't really have anything to do with the weapon I'm using. Sorry, I've forgotten what I've said. So... I don't actually know what you were referring to. I've just been kind of babbling. And my brain doesn't really keep track of my own babble. Oh my goodness, please give me a chest. Are you serious with this? Are you serious? Maybe the level ups on the middle of the screen. It's always been there and I never noticed. Oh yeah. Sorry, I saw that you... I understand what you're talking about now. Yeah, no, that's because I used all of those items to get a bunch of fame. I used all my fame tomes to get a bunch of XP. So it's just running through all the levels that I've done I'm actually level 100 with that sword. So we're only 50% of the way there, which is awesome. Let me tell you. So awesome. Okay, so it looks like one of those people got chased all the way over here. And now I'm just kind of following their path. See if maybe I can find them. Oh, there they are. So they're at 1200, which is a bit higher tier than me. But I imagine they're going to come try and fight me. And I'm okay with that. Dang. Okay. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Now, that person was significantly higher tier than me. Um, so it's not totally unreasonable that I lost that fight.
Want to trade?
Oh my goodness. That was a good fight. That was a real good fight. We're not going to use the Swift Claw anymore. That's a bad idea. For some reason, this Adept's bag wants to be way more expensive than it needs to be. So that's cool. Alright, let's go ahead and buy and equip all that. Then let's go to the buy. Let's hit mount. Let's do riding horse. Buy the riding horse. we also need a bag. Let's just get a regular old tier 4 bag, that'll be fine.
My pleasure.
Ooh. Then we use these up. And let's get back out there. Gotta get back out there. Get some more fights on. I would like to fight some people that are a little closer to me in power. That person was a little over 200 higher than me, which is 20%. Which is kind of fucking insane. You know, I mean, you should just never be able to beat somebody who's 20% stronger than you. That's not reasonable. So I do want to try and get into some fights with some people who are more around my level. So that I can, you know, better gauge how well I'm doing with this weapon. The best thing might be to go ahead and do like some corrupted dungeons or something like that, because they cap those. But I doubt that the sword would do very well in corrupted dungeons, because you kind of have to chase each other through a lot of enemies. So that might end up being kind of a bad day. What do we got over here? This person is 1173, so about 150 above me. I don't mind fighting them, but it's not ideal. They're just gonna stand there like an idiot. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Oh shit. That sucks. I ran into a hole. Oopsie. Alright. That's too bad. That was a pretty close fight. Oh, you know what? I didn't even have my food buff on. Gosh, I suck. No wonder I die all the time. I'm an idiot. If I'd have had my food buff on, I would have had hundreds of extra hit points there at the end. I definitely would have won that fight. It's too bad I'm an idiot. Let's go with lost equipment. Yes, much better. Do the different mounts offer benefits other than movement speed? Yeah, some of them do. Some of them have abilities. Some of them give you increased carry weight. There's all kinds of different stuff. Some of them have more armor or hit points, so they're harder to dismount you off of. Lots of different things. Back to it we go here. And this is just going to kind of keep happening. We're going to be outgeared pretty much always. But I want to keep fighting people because I want to keep practicing fighting. So we're going to keep dying quite a bit. And that's just the way it is. It's just the way the cookie crumbles here. Eat of our food. Pretty sure I saw a person over here. Thought I saw a nameplate, but I don't see him anymore. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Oh my goodness, I hate these archers. So annoying. And it's a small tome cache. Yo. It's not really necessary because I already have 100 spec in everything that I'm currently wearing, but let's go ahead and pick this bad boy up. Just because it's something that people like to fight over sometimes. I want to fight. I just want to fight. Just want to stab people with my sword. Sword and shield feels so good. Feels so good. Now the sword that or the shield that I'm wearing right now increases ability damage, but there is also just the Aegis weapon that just increases defense by significantly more than the Facebreaker does, because it doesn't give any bonus ability damage. I'm also considering using that and just being a little more tanky, which I think would be fun. I like being tanky, especially because we're using the bleed. You can get a lot of damage out of bleeds when you're tanky. So maybe increasing my tank ability, and then finding ways to increase my basic attack speed instead of my ability damage, and then just using my ability as a way to proc my heroic charges for more attack speed. So I need to look and see if there are any plate chests, maybe, that have increased attack speed buffs. Let's see, what's this person? 1,000? Oh, you're a bum. Bite me! Bite me! Oop. Where are they going? Ooh, things getting a little hairy. Ooh, you're fucked now. Oh, damn. Get your ass back over here, dude. What a bum. There was no way I was going to beat 1400 per staff, though. I just kind of had to let that go. Which was really too bad. I would have liked to have gotten to fight that person. But no way, no how was I going to win that fight. Okay, well, we got to clear that POI. I don't think I'm going to be able to clear the other POI in time. So we're just going to have to look for a different mist. Actually, that's not true. I'm really sorry, but something came up just a little while ago. And while it isn't something that has to happen right this moment, it is something that's going to happen later today. And I basically don't have the ability to cope with having to actually be an adult for more than 5 seconds at a time. So it's just got me super stressed out and I can't even really focus right now. So I'm going to end the stream, and I actually might not stream tonight. Because I just cannot focus on what I'm doing. So thanks Party Wizard for coming out and hanging out in the stream for a little while. But I'm going to bounce off, and I may see you all later today, but definitely I'll see you all in the morning, because by then everything will have resolved itself and I can stop stressing out about it. But I just can't focus right now. So thanks a lot. Hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you all.